your call, bro?
So he ends up playing Jerry's list. And again, as I mentioned during Mark's feature match, he's more a legacy guy. He's not really a standard player. He doesn't really pay attention too much to standard. So but last week he played standard, lost in the first couple rounds where he just decided, instead of dropping, I'm going to play this deck and I'm going to learn something about it. So he kept going playing, even though he was like X2 or X3 or something, and he felt like he really loved the deck. He loved it that much, so he brought it this week, and here he is in the top 8. So
proves that finishing tournaments out can be important.
Right, yeah, he used that time to actually learn the deck, and now he's actually excited about standard, which is cool because he's always been a legacy guy. But
so we did them a favor. We did everyone at home a favor.
Yeah, this is going to be the first match we cover.
First of 11.
Not featuring Delver of Secrets. So we got Michael Belfatto there on the left. He's in the same seat he was in the last time we saw him, playing that Esper Control list, and we saw him beat a Delver player. We did mention we haven't gotten a chance to touch base with him about how many Delver opponents he had to defeat on the way to get to the top 8.
But I'm sure it was a handful.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it seems that way. This tournament's been, saturated with Delver.
Yeah.
But this time he's going to have to face against a non-Delver opponent, Evan Wagstaff with Naya Aggro, and apparently both of these guys beat Delver for their winning in, right?
Proving once again that it is a very good deck, but it is not unbeatable.
Absolutely.
So I know that Evan actually, as I said, ended up beating Jerry to make top 8. Mm-hmm. So that in of itself is it's a high pressure situation. So he's obviously got his chops. He knows how to play his deck. And we saw Michael last round. He has top 8 at a Star City tournament or 2 in the past. Yeah. And one in his hometown of Cincinnati last year. He's also top 8 at a Grand Prix. So he also is a very, very formidable player. So this should be a good match. And at the very least, you guys don't have to see Seachrome Coast that much. You definitely won't be seeing Delver of Secrets right now. So a welcome change if that's what some people at home are looking for.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Michael's list. I like to see the Esper Control making a showing, making an appearance. So I was pretty excited to see this list in the feature match.
Yeah, it's one of the more underplayed archetypes right now. I mean, it's a good deck, and it's what a lot of the Delver players who write about the deck and play it extensively say. That's a deck I don't really want to play against. It comes from a lot of different angles. If Sun Titan resolves, I'm in a lot of trouble. So that deck is good. It's just very, very difficult to build because it has a lot of options available to it. But if you're able to find the right build for a specific tournament like Michael was, you're going to find some success, and that's exactly what he did.
Now we have Michael's list around here, but we don't have Evan's. We have Michael's because we just covered him.
Yeah.
We did not cover Evan today, so we don't have his list at the moment. I'm sure we'll get that shortly.
That'll be over here briefly, but I mean, if you guys weren't here for the last match, Michael was, playing Sun Titan Control basically. There's Sun Titans, 2 Phantasmal Images, a nice removal sweep between 2 Dea Judgments, 1 Dead Weight, a Go for the Throat, an Oblivion Ring, a Curse of Death's Hold, 1 Terminus, 2 Ratchet Bombs. So he can handle creatures and things in a myriad of ways. He's also got 4 Lingering Souls to play defense or pressure, depending on the situation. You're going to find a couple mana leaks in this deck, which isn't really typical, but it gives him another angle to deal with some things until he's able to get to his end game, which includes those Sun Titans as well as 1 copy of Hellish Norn. So here's
a fact about Evan. Apparently, according to Bobby Colgrove on Twitter, Evan actually won the PTQ in Columbus last weekend.
So he's going to the Pro Tour too.
Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a good match. I'm going to assume, and the person who tweeted us can definitely correct me if I'm wrong, that he won the PTQ with Naya Aggro as well. If that happens to be the case, then he definitely knows his deck inside and out. To win a PTQ and then followed up with a top 8 here, I'm sure both fields were pretty deep, pretty large fields. Fairly impressive. So it looks like they're taking some mulligans. Things will be underway shortly. I'd love to get Evan's deck list over here, if we're able at some point, just to kind of review that as well. But I do like Michael's take on this deck.
Let them know. Oh, we're getting them. Okay. Oh, here they are.
They're being walked over here shortly. We promise.
I can see them being placed on the copy machine. So just to mention it, just in case we are a little closer to the players than we normally are. So now that the room is starting to clear out, I think we're safe for the moment, but we probably need to keep our voices down.
So I shouldn't talk like this?
Shouldn't talk like that.
Okay.
So just in case you guys are wondering why we're suddenly talking a little lower than we had been the rest of the day.
If you guys want, you can turn the lights down.
Yeah.
Grab a nice Snuggie.
We can all talk real low.
Perhaps a pint of banana ice cream. And we can enjoy ourselves. So whatever your favorite ice cream is. Cookies and cream for myself.
Oh, yeah. Evan with a turn 1 Cavern of Souls. Wonder what he named.
Could be anything.
Yeah, it really could be. At this point, it's the first time I think I've seen turn 1 Cavern of Souls today. Ooh, this one's blue. And turn 2 Cavern of Souls. So we're going to find out what this is real fast.
Very quickly, yeah.
If it's okay, it's Thalia, so one of them's probably human. If not, I doubt he would have used both of them for human. So we've got...
That card is very good, predictably, against a solar flare deck.
Michael Belfatto. Yeah, that's going to be real rough until Michael can deal with it.
Yeah, that is a...
Named Angel? Human and Angel.
He's named Human and Angel on Cavern. He has Restoration Angel in his deck, as well as humans such as Thalia and Blade Splicer. So,
yeah, Evan starts right off with the Cavern of Souls and just kind of makes Michael's counterspells all pretty much dead.
I mean, it's going to make the 2 leaks that he has in his hand dead, but it's also going to make Day of Judgment be a lot slower. You know, if Mike has the Terminus in his hand, that's going to be 7 mana. And just all of his removal is going to be expensive. Plus, on a turn like this, where Michael would typically cast Forbidden Alchemy, he can't even do that. So, Evan's off to like a fantastic start. Even on this turn, this is a turn where he would cast Lingering Souls, and he can't do that.
Yeah, he's made the slow deck slower. So it's just, whew, okay. Go for the throat from Michael Belfatto on the Thalia.
That problem is finally solved.
Became a dark banishing there.
Yeah. It's solved for now, unless he has another one. All right.
What's the elf dark banishing? I forget what it's called.
Eye Blight's Ending.
Eye Blight's Ending. Yeah. So that was what happened
during my prime.
Oh yeah. So Huntmaster of the Fells though comes down, brings a wolf with it, and Michael Belfatto hopefully has a Day of Judgment here.
That was a little bit riskier than I would have liked, I think. I know he only has 2 Day of Judgment, so you're only playing around 2 cards out of his deck.
Well, maybe he's got another one to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible.
So Day of Judgment clears the board, and Garruk Relentless. I'm sorry, is that Primal Hunter? No, that's
Garruk Relentless.
I get the names mixed up all the time.
I feel as though that may have been a top deck that turn.
The Garruk?
Yeah.
No, he had it.
Yeah,
I saw it earlier in his hand, yeah. Garruk makes a wolf. Michael makes a Lingering Souls.
Not a flashback. If he had a Garruk that turn,
You're surprised he did the
I'm
Huntmaster
surprised,
even more?
I'm surprised he played the Huntmaster instead of the Garruk, because now he could have a Huntmaster in play along with a wolf and another wolf from the Garruk. So if that happens to be the case, questionable play, but we'll see if it works out for him.
So smells like Teen Spirit over there on Michael's side.
Plenty of them.
I mean, we could just go on naming like Nirvana songs. If Michael was playing Drain Life, I mean, Drain You. We can do all kind, you know.
His options are Huntmaster and Blade Splicer right now. He's going to get Huntmaster into play. His option on Garruk, either Eat a Spirit, which isn't really the best play, or just make another wolf, which looks like is probably what he's going to do. And the spirits are going to move into all of those. Spirits are going to attack that Garruk to get rid of it, presumably.
Yeah, so Evan will just want to put something in the way. Another Nirvana song.
Yeah. Nobody does it like Joey Pasco can. It's interesting to see if he's going to be safe from Sun Titan. I can't see Michael's hand very well, but I do believe I see a Ratchet Bomb there. We going? Okay, we're gonna finish Garruk off.
And
slide number 6, and that is a Ratchet Bomb.
And Ratchet Bomb's gonna take care of Pretty much everything but the Huntmaster. I say pretty much, and I mean absolutely everything but the Huntmaster. Liliana the Veil.
That's going to take care of that.
Takes care of the Huntmaster. Michael Belfatto here, keeping the board clear since 2012, or maybe earlier.
Maybe a little bit earlier.
Probably earlier.
I mean, Michael's, basically doing exactly what his deck wants to do. He's using his life total as a resource. He's only at 12 life right now. Evan is down to 1 card, and it looks like he's going to cast the Blade Splicer in his hand. So now he's got no cards left. And, at this point, if Michael ever is able to resolve a Sun Titan or possibly Elishon or something like that, the game is going to be over.
So Blade Splicer and LSV Golem there.
He's going to go ahead and discard Phantasmal Image. Is Daddy home from work? I think Daddy's home.
Sun Titan, Phantasmal Image, copying Sun Titan, bringing back the Ratchet Bomb, and
plays an Evolving Wilds.
Evolving Wilds, about the least impressive part of his turn.
Yeah, the only
he's
bad
building
part
up
of his
to.
turn.
Oh, Evolving Wilds. Okay, got it. And
the thing about this Esper control deck is it just eats. It eats aggressive decks alive. It really does. As good as Thalia was.
Yeah, Evan had a real good start. Now, the problem is the control deck has taken control, and I don't think Evan can wrestle it away. Not with Michael at 12 life. That's a healthy life total against an aggressive deck.
Yeah, he's so
when you're
high.
in this situation. Yeah,
he's so high. And 2 Sun Titans is just so much to overcome. So he's gonna blow that up.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna activate Liliana's sacrifice effect. Yep.
Yeah, Birds goes away, and
Titans are coming.
yeah, he's gonna serve with the servants.
Remember those guys? They're back in play now.
Yeah.
Evan's looking at no cards in his hand. 2 6/6s, a Liliana, and a Ratchet Bomb. No big deal.
Dumb.
Bonfire? No, I don't think so.
Scoop him up.
So we didn't have the chance to look at Evan's deck until right now, just that you guys are kind of aware of what's going on here. He's a Niagara deck, but he doesn't play Birthing Pod. What you're going to find is just mostly creatures. 4 birds, 4 Absent Pilgrims, 1 Strangleroot Ice, 3 Thalias, 3 Borderland Rangers, 4 Blade Splicers, 2 Phyrexian Metamorphs, 4 Huntmaster of the Fells, and 4 Restoration Angels to go along with an Acidic Slime, a Wolfir Silverheart, and a Zealous Conscripts. 2 copies of the Garruk Relentless, and 2 Green Sun Zeniths. So his deck's very, very straightforward. It's very, very aggressive, and it's obviously done very well for him today.
Yeah, I don't know how many Esper control lists he's faced, considering how much Delver was around and how few control decks I think were probably in the room. But first, we're actually going to give away some premium.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, so that's what we do. Cedric, I know you're new to this.
Brand new.
So what we do is during each round of the top 8,
okay,
and this applies to Legacy tomorrow too, so tomorrow night,
okay,
we give away some amount of premium. Are we still giving away Gen Con badges? All right, okay, so we'll give away 3 months of premium here during the quarterfinals, 6 months of premium tomorrow morning during the semifinals.
Okay.
And then during the finals, we give away a Gen Con badge.
Can I play too?
You can play, but you won't win. All right. We'll be doing the same thing tomorrow night during the Legacy finals. During the Legacy top 8, that is.
Sure.
So what we will do, we'll ask you a trivia question. You just tweet the answer with the hashtag SCG Premium, which you can see down there in front of Cedric.
There it is.
Woo, right there.
Can I grab it?
All right. So all you need, you can try to grab it. So you tweet your answer with that hashtag, and a random correct answer will win the 3 months of premium in this particular case, or whatever it is we're giving away in tomorrow's case. So,
that's pretty cool.
So we got a question.
Okay.
Do you want to say the question?
I get to do the first one?
You can do it. You know what the one question that we came up with, right? Because we haven't prepared yet for tomorrow.
All right.
But
so, Team SCG Blue played Blue White Delver this weekend.
And last weekend.
And this weekend, they added 2 new lands to their deck.
Right. So they added a new land in the deck. Two
copies of 1 land in their deck.
So what land did SCG Blue add to their Delver list this week? That was not in the list last week.
If you know the answer?
Not in the stock list from last week. So
3 months of premium.
Yeah, you could win 3 months of premium.
So go ahead and tweet SCG Premium, and whoever knows the answer, 3 months of premium. Now going into the sideboarded games, and hopefully someone's able to get that question right, going into the sideboarded games for Evan, what you're going to find, for the cards that are relevant against Mike, I see 2 Swords of War and Peace, which are going to be pretty good. I have a Bonfire, which I don't think is going to be very good. Zealous Conscript, which is going to be good against the Sun Titan. And really not much else, to be honest with you. Like, the way that I feel as though Evan came to this tournament is, you know, he wasn't prepared to play against Esper Control.
Right.
You know, it's a deck that doesn't see a lot of play. You know, his deck is all creatures for the most part.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that. He came to this tournament going, I'm going to see Delver, I'm going to see, you know, green-red aggro, I'm going to see Wolf Run Ramp, I'm going to see some zombies, and I might see a rogue deck or 2. Well, here's one.
Yeah,
it's pretty much a rogue deck.
Yeah, at this point, it's pretty much, you know, an under-the-radar deck, and he doesn't have a lot of ammunition in his sideboard to take care of it. You know, 2 Sword of War and Pieces will be okay, but, you know, really nothing special. The Naturalize might be okay. You know, he's got 3 Bonfire of the Damned, he's got a Zealous Conscript, a Viridian Corruptor, Crushing Vines, 2 Combust, 2 Purges. He has not built his deck with Esper Control in mind, which is completely understandable. On the flip side of things, when you look at Mike's deck, his main deck is already really geared towards beating this kind of deck. But then he has other cards in the sideboard, like 2 Terminuses, like another Liliana of the Veil, another Celestial Purge, if he wants to go ahead and bring that in, 2 Timely Reinforcements, Flash Freeze, and Consecrated Sphinx. So he has plenty, you know, of weapons at his disposal to even better this matchup after sideboard. It's going to be an uphill battle for Evan in these sideboard games.
He's already down a game.
And he's already down a game.
But he could surprise us. He had that good start, game 1.
Yeah,
it
really
was
good start,
just,
game 1.
you know, Michael had kind of like all the right answers at the right times. You know, being able to deal with that Thalia about as soon as possible, right? Once he hit 3 mana.
Yeah.
And then follow it up with a Day of Judgment. That was, you know, a huge step towards just completely stabilizing the game. And, you know, he never really gave the game back to Evan at any point. Even when Evan was able to start kind of filling the board with like wolves, he had like Garrick, things like that. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So Avacyn's Pilgrim from Evan, Isolated Chapel from Michael Belfatto.
So he's going to get things off to a fast start, and it looks like that may be a Bonfire of the Damned. Now this is a way that he can definitely steal the game, which I assume that he would sideboard in is just the turn 1 Pilgrim, turn 2 Sword, turn 3 Equip. Let's get the beatdowns going. It's an easy way to steal a game.
Yeah, and I respect that plan. Let's see if that's what he's going with.
Makes his move.
And there it is.
Your throat is gone.
Go for the throat, says Michael Belfatto.
You know, it's kind of a risk. It's kind of a gamble, but it's one he has to take to be able to try to beat him. It's just hope he doesn't have the removal spell. Hope maybe his hand is based around Lingering Souls or something like that. I mean, if you look, and these guys got to look at each other's deck lists beforehand. He only has 1 Go for the Throat, so you have to go for that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't disrespect that plan at all. You force Michael to have an answer, and he did. So Evan goes Avacyn's Pilgrim number 2. Equip it up. Michael needs to find an answer yet again.
I mean, the nice thing here is that the sword is in play.
Mm-hmm.
So every card that Evan plays is going to be a threat, even if it's a Bird of Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has to deal with every single threat that's coming with him until he deals with the Sword of War and Peace. Now, you know, it makes you wonder if Michael actually boarded in the Divine Offering that he has in his sideboard.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen Evan's list, can reasonably expect to see something like a Sword of War and Peace. So yep. Michael just copies Avacyn's Pilgrim with Phantasmal Image, which is interesting. He really just wants a blocker, I'm assuming.
I mean, he can take the route of chump blocking it. He can also, well, he can't. He possibly can, depending on what Evan does this turn. But he could take the route of chump blocking it, or he could have been accelerating into a Sun Titan. Either way.
So Evan resolves Garrick Relentless, who takes out that Phantasmal Image by just targeting it.
Yep.
And so now Michael Belfatto has to fight a Sword of War and Peace and a Planeswalker. And looking rough for Michael, but we saw him pull out of some crazy situations last game, so.
It looks like he's going to take a hit this turn. Reluctantly. Yeah, reluctantly taking a hit, but he takes one.
It's like, well,
if I have to, I guess I will.
I really don't have anything else.
And these are the Sword of War and Peace is such a good card against these control decks. Just making birds and, you know, the wolves that Garrick makes, everything's ammunition. He's got to deal with the sword. And if he's able to deal with the sword, the game is going to be a lot easier, obviously. But he doesn't have a lot of good answers in his deck list to equipment.
Yeah, he's really just got to keep the board clear, and that's almost impossible with a Planeswalker that makes wolves.
Yeah, not only a Planeswalker that makes wolves, but I mean, we're looking at a deck that has 32 creatures.
Yeah.
2 Garrick Relentless, which makes creatures, and 2 Green Sun Zeniths, which search for creatures.
Yeah. So 2 Birds of Paradise come to join the club, join the party. And Wolf.
No Miracle Terminus there. As Evan flips through his hand, I'm fairly confident that I see a Bonfire of the Damned, which is going to provide a little bit of reach for him. You know, it's not very easy for him to cast right now, obviously, but and nor is it going to really gain a lot of value.
What does Michael have in hand? I think I see Elish Norn.
You do see Elish Norn.
And some lands, at least like a Glacial Fortress or a Seachrome Coast. I think I saw.
Elish Norn's it's gonna be fine. Wolfir Silverheart making he's moving in. Big Papa. We are moving to a
scoop. Yeah.
We are moving to a third one.
Yeah. Wow. That was a quick game too.
Yeah, and that's just one. You know, Evan doesn't have a lot of avenues to victory, in my opinion, just because of the matchup and how the decks are set up and that sort of thing. But what he just demonstrated that game is one way that he can steal a game and steal a match, just that easily by drawing a Sword of War and Peace.
Yeah. So Michael going back to the sideboard here. Looks like he's shuffling his deck again. Not sure he's going back to the board. Maybe pretty happy with the way he boarded already.
I mean, that game just didn't really draw a lot of spells.
Nope.
You know, no real action. I mean, no Day of Judgments.
He needed very specific answers to the sword, and just didn't have those. And then the fact that keeping the board clear is something that I think his deck is pretty good at doing, but it was just too rough right there.
Yeah, it just came out of the gates too quickly, and then when every creature that you draw is a threat, you know, having your deck have to cough up an answer every turn for every that they draw, unless you deal with the sword, is asking a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of unique thing about Evan's deck that I'm looking at right here as well is I like his mana base. Not only does he have, you know, four Cavern of Souls in his deck, but he has 1 Keswick Wolf Run, 1 Gavany Township, and 1 Slayer Stronghold.
Slayer Stronghold,
which is a card we haven't seen all day today.
Yeah, not at all.
So his lands actually are going to do a lot for him in his deck, which is pretty cool.
Take a look closer at his list here.
I love value lands.
Haven't seen a lot of Borderland Ranger, and he's got 3.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of that card today. I mean, we have been looking at a lot of Delver decks today, to be fair. But yeah, I've not seen a lot of Borderland Rangers.
Yeah, his deck, I mean, it's got a very diverse suite of cards, looking at the main deck anyway. 1 Zealous Conscripts, 1 Wolfir Silverheart, 1 Acidic Slime. I mean, they're all pretty, like, kind of swingy cards that you might not want 4 of. But yeah, it's an interesting list.
I mean, they're really high impact cards. The one thing that really surprises me about his deck more than anything is that he just has one Strangleroot Geist.
Yeah, when I saw that too. I was kind of surprised. I mean, Green Sun Zenith gets it, and presumably that may be like the prime target for Green Sun Zenith.
When you typically see a green aggressive deck like this, you're
want
used to seeing
4.
4 of that card. So, obviously one of that card is not an accident, and he's probably played enough games to figure out I only want one of this card in my deck. So
Michael Belfatto is yawning too.
We're all
getting
tired.
late.
We're all tired, buddy.
And it's like, geez, do I really want to win? I have to be back here at 8 a.m. to play some more?
I think you might want to win.
Yeah,
maybe.
for sure. For sure.
It's going to come down to, a pretty... Game 3 is going to be... it really depends on, how Michael's deck draws answers. Because we know that Evan's deck is going to do the same thing every game. It's going to, play a bunch of creatures as fast as he can. Hopefully it's going to kill him before Michael stabilizes with Titans and removal and all that stuff. So
yeah, I don't see a sword in Evan's hand for the moment. So turn 2 sword, I don't believe is what we're going to be seeing unless he draws it off the top. Okay. Michael just plays Evolving Wilds and cracks it on his first turn. So now turn 2 plays Island Go. And Evan, does he draw a sword off the top? Does not. Draws Thalia, I think.
That's a Blade Splicer.
Oh, Blade Splicer, I'm sorry. Brings LSV with him.
He's got all the colors of the rainbow, so that's a start.
In with the Blade Splicer and the Golem, so 4 to the face.
Garrick Relentless that's not coming through.
Garrick mana leaked, I assume. Is that what?
Yep.
Didn't think it was in a gate, but it could have been.
Can't miss those land drops. Hopefully as a 4th one. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. And Phantasmal Image, your Blade Splicer. That's a nice little bit of roadblocks to put up.
So now we're going to see. Now I know he has a Wolfers Silverheart in his hand. And he'll be able to do some chumping, that sort of thing, to buy himself some time.
Wolfir Silverheart. Evan taps out, and does Michael have an answer?
Blade Splicer's Facebook status has changed. He's currently in a relationship.
In a relationship, yeah. And looks like Golem's trade. Blade Splicer blocks big old Blade Splicer.
No, he's just looking at an 8/8 and a 5/5. That's all. No big deal.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Wrath of the Gods, Day of the Judgments, or Lingering of the Souls. Okay.
Lingering Souls. Some more roadblocks to keep Michael at a healthy life total.
It's all about just buying time.
Yep.
That's all it's about. And he's got a bunch of ways to do that.
Yeah. He's paid 3 mana for a little bit of time and has the opportunity to pay 2 next turn to get a little bit more time.
Yep.
Just like get deeper and deeper into the game, clear the board, and then take control. So, chump, chump, says Michael.
An interesting thing to keep in mind, Joey, is that if he has boarded in Bonfire of the Damned, it's a way that's going to
Oh, it's a miracle! Terminus.
Everything I'm saying is irrelevant, so I will not talk anymore.
I guess that's why it's a miracle, right? It's just like out of nowhere. Even Michael's surprised. Oh yeah, it's in my deck. Great. And also flashback Lingering Souls. And I have 3 mana up.
What a complete disaster.
I think it was a miracle. It's called Miracle. That's the name of the mechanic, not Disaster. Although I'm sure some people, when you read it upside down, it says Disaster. At least that pretty much spells Disaster. So those Lingering Souls tokens on the offensive Evan with once that Terminus resolved, Evan really just has nothing to add to the board. It looks like. I don't know what it's in his hand, but is that Lingering Souls number 2?
Yeah, that's Lingering Souls number 2. He has a land in his hand right now, and he's going to go ahead and draw.
Yeah, just buy time till you hit your miracle.
Yeah, just all Michael's just trying to do is just buy as much time as possible, and he's executed that game plan. Now he's just going to.
Yep, Ravenous Bale off you.
Damage in.
Locks it on Hierarchy. What's a vanilla 4/4? Why can't I think of one?
Vanilla 4/4.
Actually, it's flying, so it's just Angel token you.
Okay.
You know, or Sarah Angel, but it's not vigilant. So.
Conundrum Sphinx.
Conundrum
4/4 flyer
Sphinx.
for 4.
Why can't I remember why? Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember. It has that like some kind of crazy special ability that I thought I could take advantage of and never could. It's like I can't figure it out. So Evan, building a fort over there of lands.
Yes.
That do him very little good here, and that Terminus not only was a disaster for Evan.
Yeah.
At least it looks that way.
Yeah.
Evan going to 6 now.
And truthfully, Michael had a lot of draws, and he had a lot of time because of Lingering Souls and that sort of thing. You know.
He had Phantasmal Image to get 2 guys, right? Blade Splicer and a Golem.
But he did exactly what his deck did exactly what it's supposed to do. It bought enough time to be able to find an answer, and Evan can't not overextend. He has to play his threats. He can't ration them out because he can't win that way.
All right, so Evan's gonna play a Planeswalker, the last card in his hand.
He's just shrugging. He's like, does that resolve?
What are the counters on the Spirit?
He doesn't have any more tokens.
Oh, he's okay. That's what it is.
So he just has. He has 5 spirits right now.
I see. So Garrick apparently resolved. Took out a Spirit.
Looks like he's gonna finish his Garrick off, and then put him to 3.
Yep. Garrick, not so relentless this game.
I would agree.
Unless Evan top decks another one, and then you say, okay, Garrick's relentless.
That's it.
There it is. Woo! Michael Belfatto on to the semifinals. I did it again. Started to say quarterfinals. On to the semifinals. Takes a game, or takes the